All right, welcome, and thank you first and foremost for dedicating a partial part of your Saturday to be a part of this. I'm pretty sure it will be worth your while. We do have a little bit of housekeeping that I'm going to touch on before I dive in and share my story, but just so you do know, my name is Michelle Churchill Dvorak, and I'm really excited for today's Saturday call. So, a couple things that we need to touch and talk about that are coming that are super exciting is that we have a mid-September promotion coming starting on September 10th. Okay, and this is a really important promotion because it's the perfect time of the year for our immune collection. When fall starts to come around and temperatures start to drop, illnesses start to spike. So here's what you get. It's a great steal, not a deal. It includes the immune collection, which includes liquid biocell, 2 count, and immune health for 10% off, and you get $25 off. So the regular price is $174.99, but you also enjoy our free Modere hand wash with the purchase, which if you didn't know, our hand wash is free and clear of anything toxic or synthetic, and it's absolutely amazing. It doesn't leave your hands dry or cracked. It actually helps to moisturize them. So that is a promotion that we have going on. A lot of us are very excited about a launch that we have of a brand new GLP-1 product that is launching on September 21st. And what this is it is a nutrient that is a holistic approach to have your body naturally produce more GLP-1 inside of your body. So it's a really exciting time. This is something that a lot of people are looking forward to. So a lot of us are talking about it, getting curiosity out there, and a lot of people are very excited for this. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to talk about. And of course, we have our fall social market conference approaching us, which starts on the 20th of September and ends on September 22nd. So welcome to the call. Again, my name is Michelle Churchill Dvorak. So I got started in the industry 6 years ago, and what's crazy is maybe you're thinking to yourself, or maybe you went through what I went through, but I was a hard no to this industry. Like an absolutely no thank you. I would never do what it is that those people are doing. I had a perception that when people were online making money, that they were like these housewives that were married to rich men, and maybe they made like $100 a month. Never did I think that it was a profession, and never did I think that you could make a professional income doing it. But you fast forward 5 years from that moment, and my life circumstances had changed. I was a single mom, and I had $60,000 in debt from student loans. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was working full-time as an HR specialist, 8:30 in the morning till 5:30 at night, commuting, 30 minutes to work, 30 minutes home. So if you can imagine, 5 hours a week in the car. And when I would get home as a single mom, I was extremely strict. So I had about an hour every evening with my daughter, and that whole hour was pretty rushed. It would be, let's make dinner, let's get in the bath, let's read a book. I'd put her to bed by 7 p.m. every night, and I'd actually go into the basement where I would do hair. And by the time I finished up doing hair, taking care of myself, getting a bite to eat, and cleaning up, I'd hop into bed around midnight. And I did this Monday through Friday. And come the weekend, you would think it would be an exciting time, but I'd actually go off and clean houses. And as I mentioned, I lived paycheck to paycheck. If I ever had an emergency situation with myself and had to call into work, or something happened to my dogs, or I got a nail in my tire, I would have to sit down and pick and choose what bills I was going to pay and what bills I was going to have to put on the back burner. And I lived life like this for quite a long time. And it got to a point where Isabella, being 2 years old, started to grow up. So instead of holding the baby all the time, I started to miss out on milestones. And I didn't think it would be that hard, but the first thing that I started to resent because I was missing out on these milestones was my career, a profession that I once loved. And I lived like that for a while. I started to take it out on Isabella, not in that type of way, but a very sad, emotional wreck, and talk about it with everyone. I was just negative. I started to get Sunday scaries where I couldn't sleep on Sundays, and Mondays I had the Monday blues. And there was a specific time where I had a light bulb moment, and that light bulb moment was it was a Monday morning, and I was put on as the HR specialist to eliminate a group of employees. And the specific group of employees that we had to eliminate was in the company for 10 plus years. So they were there for over 10 years. And we waited till the end of the day to do the exit interviews. And when we did that, I got in my car and I drove home, and I was like, okay, wait, this could be me. I could be 10 years fast forward. My daughter could be 12 years old. Sorry, my husband's car is like beeping and going off. She could be 12 years old, and here I am living paycheck to paycheck. I get a 3% raise. That's it. And I'm in my car for 5 hours a week. So I got home, kind of shook it off, did the whole parenting thing with Isabella, and at bedtime, she's the reason why. That night, she always went to bed good for me. And that night, she started crying and screaming out, "Mama, no hair. I miss Mama. All Mama does is work." All the things you never want your child to be saying to you, especially when you're going through such a hard and resentful time. So then I went to bed. She cried herself to sleep because I had no other option. And when I went to bed that night, I cried myself to sleep. And the next morning I woke up, I was like, I need a solution. And I started to talk about it with everyone. What can I do? I need a solution. I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. And what I found was there was this gal on social media, which, listen, I wasn't even social on social media. I had a Facebook account with less than 200 friends. I had no YouTube, no TikTok, and no Facebook. So if you're listening to this and you're like, well, wait, one of the biggest things holding me back is that I don't have a large following, or I'm not good at social media, stop, drop, and don't think that way, because everything is teachable and everything you can learn. So then so I saw this woman post that she was arguing and fighting with her husband over finances on a regular basis. And I was like, So her problem was a little bit different. So I started to watch from afar, but I was too nervous to reach out. Finally, she posted this video, and I watched it, and I found a solution. And I found that if I could just find 4 hours a week, which that wasn't easy for me, but when I realized I was using I don't have time, what did that really look like? Like, what was I doing with my time? Where could I find 4 hours a week? Where could I find 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there to see the long-term vision for what this could do for me? And if I could tap into what social retail has, which is a proven, duplicatable system, then I could find a solution. And I'm not only excited to say that it's 6 years now that I'm celebrating being in this industry, but I've helped more people than I can count on all my fingers and all my toes that have been able to say yes to something they financially couldn't say yes to at one point in their life, or they worked 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, or their husband picked up the slack and worked 2 or 3 jobs so that they could be the stay-at-home parent, and now they're doing that. So it's really a miracle in my mouth, and I never would have even imagined that here I am hosting a call, the girl who was so afraid to public speak. But what's amazing about this is that it's literally a personal growth journey with community, with an income plan attached to it. So I'm really excited. That's my story. That's how I got started. If you can relate in any way, shape, or form, especially with this new launch, think about such a revolutionary moment in the health and wellness space that you right now can be a part of. There's no better time. So I want to introduce you to a very, very special person who's in the industry who's going to share her story with you. She is a team leader. That means she has 3,000 organizational points at the end of the month. She also is gold, meaning her customer pod all by herself, she's built to 2,000 points. Her name is Belkis. She is full of energy. I don't want to share too much about her because her story and her energy is so it's just so contagious. But what I love most is that you can tell she wholeheartedly has a passion and a gift of helping others. So I'm going to let her share her story. Belkis, welcome. Happy Saturday, and how the frick are you doing?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yay. Hey, everyone. Wow. I am so excited and grateful to be here and nervous. I got to say nervous. Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me to share my story. It's actually my daughter's 6th birthday today, so I'm feeling a bit sentimental while reflecting right now, like, wow, I finally said yes to this opportunity after saying no for so freaking long. I'll warn you right now, I talk super fast, and yes, I got a lot of energy. I got a lot of energy today. It wasn't like that before. So just to share a little bit about me, I'm a mom of 2 high-intense kids. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. When I first started and I heard about this opportunity, I was a first-time mom with a baby at home, barely a year old. I had just returned to work 3 months postpartum, working as a head coach at a gym. I was teaching 10 classes a day, and when people didn't show up, guess what? I was covering for them. I was teaching 15-plus classes every day. I was drained. I was managing alongside another manager, so I'd finish late every night. While teaching, my head was like pounding. My hands were shaking. I mean, I would have to take the mic out of my head because it was unbearable. Imagine, like, I was teaching 15 classes, and here's the thing. I was living on energy drinks, trying to make it through the day. At the end of the day, I'd come home exhausted trying to get my baby ready for bed. I was completely running on an empty cup, but nobody knew it because every time I showed up with a smile, like, let's go, bring it on, like operating from this, like, empty cup and just feeling dead. So there came a moment I was, like, sitting down with the manager that worked with me, and both of us completely drained. We started to just, like, talk about how we were giving everything up for this job, and we felt stuck living paycheck to paycheck, not seeing our dreams come to life. It was like a light bulb at that moment for me. I realized I was feeling like, wow, I'm, like, feeling the same way. Like, I'm drained. Like, something has to change. So around the same time, a friend of mine who saw that I was struggling said to me, Belkis, you're always promoting this gym, and I see all the passion and all the stuff that you have, but how about you put your energy into something that could actually help you? I was, like, so exhausted and sleep deprived, I couldn't even think about the opportunity or what she was talking to me about. But she encouraged me to try some supplements, and I did, and I love them because they kept my energy up. They were much healthier than the energy drinks that I was relying on. Plus, I started to use these replacement meals, which made it a lot easier for me since I didn't even have time to make things to eat. So then she told me, listen, I just signed up to a gym, the gym that you promote here in California because you talk about it all the time. How about you really think about this and do the same thing for the products that you're already using that you love? But I was like, nope. I was like a hard no. And this is the reason why. I felt like I didn't have time, and I didn't want to be a salesperson, like selling shakes and collagen. There were just so many things in my life pulling me in different directions. I didn't think this business was for me. But then I remembered something my friend said that stuck with me. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And that's exactly what I was doing. It made me realize I'm already selling. Every time I talk to someone about the gym, I'm promoting it. Every time I tell someone about a restaurant, a hotel, a product I love, I'm selling for them, except I'm not getting paid. So what's the difference? And that's what I kept saying, Belkis, what's the difference? We're all selling all the time without even realizing it. And as for time, I started to really think, I do have time. If I look at my day and how I spend it when I pick up my phone, when I talk to people at the gym, or when I'm out and about, those are all moments where I can have conversations that matter. Like, I have this gift in my mouth that now I can help other people who are always, like, people are always struggling with weight loss, digestive issues, low energy, joint pain. And now I have this right here, this gift that provides a solution, something that can change their lives like it's changed mine. So, you know, I still was no, but my friends stayed connected. And some people would say, Belkis, she was pushy. I call that passion. I'm so grateful she kept showing up because if she hadn't, I wouldn't be here today. I watched her sell her gym, send her daughter to private school, and travel the world. Meanwhile, I was working myself to the bone, making ends meet. She reconnected with me and asked me 2 questions that changed everything. Number 1, where will you be 5 years from now if you keep doing what you're doing? Number 2, if something happened to the main source of income, how long could you survive on what you have saved? I was like, wow. She then connected with me. She connected me with this other woman who has been in the business over 30 years. 30 years, there was no social media, nothing. And she built a massive business. When I spoke to this woman, I asked about the compensation plan, and I saw what was typical, but in my mind, I saw what was possible. And after that conversation, I realized, you know what, Belkis, if she could do it, I can do it. Let's freaking go. So I jumped into the business, and at first it was exciting, but then there was like Zoom calls, three-way meetings, and home meetings, and all of that. And at that time in my life was super chaotic, and adding all of those things wasn't sustainable for me. So I love the team and I love the community, but I knew I needed something different. So one day I saw this guy with all this energy and like so animated. I go, wow, he just like resembles me a bit. And his name is John Melton. And he introduced this thing called the ATM, Ad Tag Message. It was a simple system that you can use that he was using with his team. And I was like, wow, that feels so right. And I was just drawn to it. Of the simplicity of it, and that's exactly what I needed. So I reached out to him. I went on the messenger on Facebook, and I said, hey, listen, I need to know about this Madeir. What is this all about? And I just knew that this was a vehicle that could take me where I wanted to go. I was already working hard. I just needed the right tools and systems in place to get the freedom that I was looking for. So then I saw John and Michelle. You want to talk about a beast, Michelle, together. I was totally blown away. Michelle's success using the same simple system was incredible. If she could show up like that, so could I. And if I could do it, anyone could. So Michelle shared a video with me that was like, wow, next level. MLM versus social retail. And it completely blew my mind. Madeir has something that I've never seen, a dual compensation plan where you can earn from customers simply by sharing links just like we do every day. But you actually get paid for it. Paid. How much free advertising do we give every day? Right? Plus, you can build a team and earn daily pay. Listen to this. Twice a day. Not one, twice. I thought, hey, what's up? Sign me up. This is it. This is what I've been looking for. Then when I got the products, next level. The collagen with the CLA that helps to burn fat, building muscle, total game changer. I did a 5-day drop, lost about 6 pounds, just freaking amazing. And then all the testimonials, people losing over 50 pounds, just mind-blowing. This is right here, like, just not about me. This is about transforming my life by transforming the lives of many. It's a win-win. And, you know, a lot of people like Belkis, but you're an extrovert. You love talking to people. You love all that. But you know what? Michelle is not an extrovert. She's an introvert, and she is absolutely crushing the game. It doesn't matter if you're introverted or extroverted. What matters is that you believe in the products and what you desire to help others. When you care about making a difference, you naturally want to share what's working for you. So if you're feeling stuck or like your dreams are slipping away where I was before, like it was just like the worst draining place that I was in, thinking about, so just like think about the two questions that were asked to me. Number one, where will you be 5 years from now if you keep doing what you're doing? Number two, if something happened to your main source of income, how long could you survive on what you have saved? This opportunity is right here for you. The tools, the system, the support, it's all in place. I am so excited, and I feel so blessed and grateful to be part of Madeir. And I hopped on June 26th, and I will never look back. Like, this is it right here. And I know exactly where I'm going. I'm excited to see the success we'll create together. And I'm so glad I said yes, and I can't wait to see what's possible for all of us in this journey. Let's go, and let's grow. Bring it on.
Yeah, girl. Oh, my gosh. You have me, like, sweating over here, and it's like 51 degrees. So a couple things that you touched on that were really good, especially the time thing. You know, I want every single person on this call to take out a piece of paper. And for the next 24 hours, this might seem so silly, but it's a game changer. Everything you do, especially, like, including even going to the bathroom, I want you to track everything. And I can bet you that you could find 45 to 30 minutes a day, and that cumulative time could literally start building you a massive bank account. And then the other thing is the selling thing. So many people are like, well, I'm not good at selling. I'm not good at being a salesperson. I've tried this. I've tried that. I didn't mention that I came from a previous company. I couldn't show up excited because we didn't have the system in place that you mentioned, ATM. Because how crazy, you and I have like that energy, and we both met John Melton along the way and was like, you know what, there really is no better way than having a system. And then with the hero products and the leadership that we have, like nothing else can trump that. So those two things that you touched on, closing it out with so we didn't really touch on the hero products. We touched about the liquid biocell. We touched about, but our products are so different and so unique from any company because the science, the clinical studies, the third-party validation, and then also how many nominee awards. There's products of ours that have 25 nominee awards. So I call it like the triple decker. So it has all three. So I love that you touched on those things. You're absolutely crushing it. And as far as the whole selling thing, I did want to mention as well, we really do. I mean, we sell to our kids. Like, hey, you better go to bed at 8 o'clock, and if you do tomorrow morning, I'm going to stop at Tim Hortons and get you one of those mini donuts. Or you go to a restaurant, and you're like, oh, my God, I had the best pizza at that restaurant last night with a margarita. That's selling. All it matters here is that when you share that with people and you share your code, your link, you earn an income off of it, which is absolutely amazing. And especially at this day and age, things be 60% higher pricing than they were 18 months ago. I think that all of us can use that. So, Belkis, thank you so much. You're an absolute rock star.
Awesome.
You're a legend in the making, and happy Saturday. Okay, guys, so next we have another gal who is extremely she's very, very energetic. She's very wise, and she's got great posture. Her name is Ann DeLay, and she's also a team leader, and she is also gold. I don't want to share too much because I don't want to give it all away, and she's very good at telling her story, but she has been in the industry, and she does have experience, so I'm really excited for her to share all the reasons why she said yes to social retail and exactly what it took for her to actually say yes, because it didn't happen immediately. So, Ann, happy freaking Saturday to you. It's such an honor to have you. Thank you so much. And let's hear everything about you.
I am thrilled. Thank you so much, Michelle. Hello,
You're
Life Nation. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I am just honored and thrilled to share my story today. I don't know how I got to follow Belkis, but I'm trying to rev up my energy right now. And Michelle, your story just gives me chills every time. Belkis, I love your story as well, and I think so many of us can relate with the burnt out and need energy and with our kids, and it's just something we all can relate to. And I am a fellow introvert as well, Michelle, so I'm going to tell my story. As Michelle said, I am Ann DeLay. I am 56 years old and have 2 grown daughters and a 16-month-old grandson. I love him so much. I've been a wife for 32 years now. We live on an acreage in South Dakota. And I just retired from teaching in the classroom. I've been in the classroom for over 30 years. Yes, God bless me. So here is my story. Being adopted and not knowing my birth parents, I always prioritized my health. I felt like that was something I could always be in control of. What I ate, how I exercised, those are the 2 things I could control, even though I did not know anything about my biological history or anything. I felt I always ate well and was known to exercise, if not a little bit too much. As I got into my 40s and 50s, I could not lose a flippin' pound, no matter what I did. As a teacher, it was very hard to get adequate water and be able to use the restroom. Also, the stress of the classroom caused my cortisol levels to ramp up even more. After retiring last year, I decided I needed to prioritize my health and lose the 30 pounds that had crept on. Nothing worked, though. All winter, as I watched my grandson 2 days a week, I got sick with everything he was around at daycare. I had strep twice. I've never had strep, never. And the stomach flu, and it was bad. I had not been this sick in a long time. Then in March, I went on a girls' trip, and I didn't have a voice. Now, you go on a girls' trip, you want to talk. I didn't have a voice, and I didn't feel well. When I returned home, I went to my GI doctor thinking I had GERD. He ordered an endoscopy, and the results came back that I didn't have GERD, but I had celiac disease. And my duodenum, which is part of your small intestine that breaks down the food, was slightly damaged. As he told me my diagnosis and we visited, he sat back and he looked at me and he said, Ann, but you look so healthy. What? What does he mean? I am healthy. As I left that day, I was determined to find something to help my gut work as optimally as possible. I Googled gut health and found Modere's 5-day gut reset. After researching it, I ordered it and was amazed how much better my gut felt after 5 days. And the scale showed I had dropped 7 pounds. What? I was sold. I became a social marketer in April, but just watched and learned until mid-July. I jumped in then, ready to lose more weight and help my gut while helping others on their health journey too. This was what I was looking for, a business I could build while helping others get to their optimal health goals. I became proof of the product as I showed my weight loss on my live, explaining how I prioritize protein, water, fiber, steps, sleep, and proper meal combining along with a 5-day gut reset and lean body system. Now, with 12 pounds left, I have many who have been watching. Now join me as I have put into action the awesome ATM duplicatable system. I have had success with the XM kits as I tell my customers that the value that these XM kits have. And, of course, they insist they don't want to sell. No, not for them. I'm an introvert. I can't do that. That's okay. I start having them do some of the things that they would do as a social marketer. They post referrals for me. They find people who also are on a health journey. And all along, I keep stressing to them how they can do this and make money. They will join me, and when they do, they have the tools already in place with this duplicatable system that's helped me get to a level of success. As a lifelong learner, I have loved learning with Michelle as my mentor and DeJong Melton. I'm amazed at all that this technically challenged mind can now do with ease. The learning is in the doing, as Michelle always tells us. I have set my goals really high, but I know I will attain them as I turn my ATM game from average to savage. Yep, like John Melton always says, I'm just getting started on the best team ever. And also, as I was listening to Belkis, like she said, people are waiting for us to reach out to them and help with their journey. Don't be selfish. You've got a miracle in your mouth, as Michelle says. Let's use it. Reach out to them. Let's grow. Massive bank account helping people. It's a win-win. And one other thing that I like to do, because a lot of my customers are local, so I have kits that I keep here at my house, and I've got a kit where I used to teach. I've got a kit where my kids went to school because it's about 10 miles apart. And I have these people that have signed on as XM, people that aren't going to sell, but they're kind of handling the kits for me. So if I'm out of town, someone needs a kit, yep, we got one. Here it is. Just go there, and they can get started. But the other thing that I do is I have them order also. So you can pick up the kit and Venmo me, but then I need you to order so that we have the same amount of kits going. And that has worked great because, as you know, if someone does one drop, they're going to do a second, a third. They're going to keep going because it is just amazing. All right, so let's go.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I love that you touched on the miracle you have in your mouth and the referral program that we have here in social retail at Modere. So it is. I had a gal reach out to me who's a newer social marketer, and she's like, I'm just, I don't want to reach out. I'm like, well, no one's going to ever reach out to you. You're the one that has the miracle in your mouth. You're the one that's that much further, one step ahead of the person who doesn't know we have hero products. who doesn't know that we have these backed by science through clinical studies that are toxic-free and there's no artificial sweeteners. Like, this is making the world a better place. They don't know about it, and you do, and you can share that wealth and share that knowledge. And if you don't, it's kind of selfish, especially because you have a solution to the problem that person has. We just don't realize the more questions we can ask someone, the more we can realize that we really do have a solution for them. Also, the referrals, I love that you help them grow through their fears. Like, I don't want to do that, but do you want some free product credits? Because that's something that we do here. Number one, if you can't afford the products, my first question and what we ask people is, no problem, would you like some free product credits? If they put up a non-spammy post that just explains our products and the rewards that are on them, not them saying they've tried them, they can earn product credits, and we can help that person get started on the products and earn an income. It's a referral code, and it's absolutely incredible. So if Ann shares her referral code with Sue, and Sue shares it with Mary, and Mary shares it with Fran, all those people sharing it are going to get free product credits, and Ann earns an income off of it. So I really love that you mentioned that, because then they get out there and they're like, whoa, I have some confidence. Some people did comment. Some people do want to get started. I don't know, like, I could use some money. So you kind of help them in a holistic, natural way realize that they do need the money as well. And then also referral posts, you know what I mean? Like, we have giveaways every single month. Or you can run a giveaway. How brilliant. And for them to get an entry, they can put up about our product, and they can also watch what it is that we do as social marketers, a 5 reasons why video. And if you haven't watched that video and you're tuning in for the first time, whoever invited you, be like, hey, send me that 5 reasons why video, because it's an absolute game changer. So, Ann, I love your story. Super inspiring. I feel like we're just getting started together, and I'm really excited for what is in store for this year and for what is coming with this GLP-1. So thank you. And our you're welcome. Happy Saturday. Our final speaker, which, oh my goodness, she's got like the biggest little touch to my heart, because she is the one who is like, I'm afraid, but I want to do it. And I'm like, you got to come and do this with me. So a little bit about her. We went on our first trip together, and like literally I had to meet her at the airport, and she was like so afraid her legs were shaking. So if you're afraid, if you're quiet, if you're introverted, if you have insecurities, like this story you are going to hear is going to absolutely blow your mind, because she can relate with you. And what I love is that she grows through what she goes through. So even though she's like, I don't want to get on that call and I don't want to share my story, Michelle, and I'm like, but Trinda, you know you want this and you know you want that, she still gets up every single time and she does it. She still comes to events, even when they're a little bit overwhelming for her to get there, but once she gets there, she falls in love and she cries happy tears because she is there. So she is actually a senior team leader, meaning she has 6,000 points in her organization, which is absolutely incredible, a huge milestone for her. And she is also gold. So she's got 2,000 points just coming from her customers. And as Belkis mentioned, there's a dual-sided comp plan. So if you don't want to have anything coming from your organization, guess what? Build a massive business with customers and make a massive and build a massive bank account. And that's the beauty within social retail. Our average social marketer has 10 customers to 1 social marketer. That right there is a business. So I want to welcome you to the one and only Trinda DeJong.
Thanks, Michelle. Hello,
I know
everybody.
you're nervous.
And
just say
yes,
it. It'll help you feel better. Just say, I'm nervous, and it'll feel better.
I'm nervous. I'm freaking out, but I can do this. So a little bit about me. My name is Trinda. I'm a mom of 2 grown boys and Gigi, 3 incredible grandbabies. A 7-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and they are my whole world. And I have been in this industry for, it's been probably close to 20 years. Tried different companies. I found out that I was spending more money than what I was actually making, because I had to spend so much money each month in order to even qualify for a paycheck and nobody underneath you would do anything. So I would have to then invest money to make up for the people not buying stuff or the people underneath me not spending the money to, buy the products or whatever. So got ourselves into a little bit of financial debt because of that. And I was like, okay, this MLM whatever stuff is not for me. Plus all of the events I had to go to, the three-way chats or the three-way calls and the in-home parties and all of the things. Just decided, nope, I can't do this anymore. Had to get my credit card paid off because of it, of spending all that extra money. So walked away from the MLM industry for a little while and decided, so a friend I went to school with told me about Modere, and she no longer is with the company anymore, but Michelle took me under her wings, and here we are today. But the companies I was with before, they didn't have the hero products. They didn't have the mentorship. They didn't have the systems and all the things that we have now. And until I found social retail, and it's been a total game changer for me. Having the systems, the hero products, the leadership that exists, I've never seen anything like it before. And my tips for you is just be consistent and reach out if you have questions or objections. I still reach out to Michelle all the time. If you don't know what to say to someone, ask somebody in the industry who is successful. Don't be afraid to be like, hey, this person said this to me. Can you help me answer the question? And they will help you. And also make sure that you are being consistent in your stories, showing up, taking your product, showing things inside your home, and following up is so important. I used to ignore the follow-up because I was scared. I didn't want the rejection. I didn't want people to tell me no. But now I do it, and I use Michelle's pen and paper method and follow up several times and don't feel bad about it. I actually had a customer now. She's a customer, but she kept telling me, no, I'm not interested. And now she finally reached out to me and said, hey, can you show me some more? Give me some more information on this stuff. So stay consistent, and they will eventually come around. And as Michelle said, I am very shy. I am very much an introvert. I do childcare for a living. That's my passion. Kids have always been my passion. I've been doing that for 25 plus years. But anybody that is in teaching or childcare, there's no money in it. So I wanted to be able to take our grandbabies on trips, take our kids on trips. And now I'm able to do that because of Modere in this business. And lost my train of thought. Oh, about the trips and being shy and all that. I have talked to Michelle, or I had talked to Michelle, via text message, whatever, and I literally met her for the first time at the airport. She had invited me to go on a trip to Florida and stay at this mansion, and everything in me said, no, I can't do this. I won't do this. My anxiety was through the roof. And I talked to my husband about it. I was hoping that he would say, no, we can't afford it. We don't have the extra money for you to fly out there. But that's not what he said. He said, babe, if you want to do this and you want to be a leader and learn from the top leaders, you have to go. So I did it. I got on the airplane all by myself, or met Michelle at the airport, and then got on the airplane and went to this mansion with people I did not know, didn't even really know Michelle. And the first night I got in my head and the anxiety took over, but the trip was amazing and it was life-changing, and I met the most amazing people, and we are still friends to this day. We still talk. They're all part of Modere, and it was an experience I will never, ever forget. So thank you, Michelle, for inviting me and constantly pushing me to be and do better. I couldn't do this without you and the rest of the amazing leaders. And I did cry lots of happy tears that weekend. And because of the personal development and everything that I've been doing through Modere, and because of Modere, I also went to Colorado by myself. And I am somebody, to back up a minute, that I couldn't even go to the grocery store by myself. I would get all of my groceries ordered and delivered, or I would have to have my husband come with me, or my daughter-in-law, or my grandbaby. So it was that bad that I couldn't even go to the grocery store by myself. But then I also now have gone to California in February. We went to the summit in California, and I roomed with a bunch of women that I had never met before either, other than just seeing them on Zoom meetings. And we had the most incredible time. And we are all rooming together again in Vegas. So the friendships that you meet by doing this and through this industry is incredible. It's life-changing, and I just encourage you, if you're scared, take that leap of faith and do it anyway. I get scared all the time, and I have Michelle constantly in my ear saying, you can do this. What do you want? Where do you want to see yourself? And she always says the learning is in the doing. So if you're scared, still do it. And if I can do this, so can you. So thank you for listening, and thank you, Michelle, for always encouraging.
Hey, you guys, hold on 1 second. Michelle dropped off, and she's trying to get back on. What an incredible story, Trinda. That's incredible. I was just shaking my head. I'm like, wow. From being an introvert and not going to the grocery store, now traveling everywhere.
Yes, it's life-changing, that's for sure.
Oh, my God, that's amazing. I think so many people can relate with that story, because there's a lot of shy people that, that's incredible. Let me see if Michelle is getting back on. Yeah, Michelle is trying to get back on in a second. But that is a mic drop story right there. I love that story. I do.
Thank
I love that story. And the part that you said, your husband said, babe, if you want to do this thing, you should go do this thing. I think that's amazing support. All right, so I see Michelle is back on. Let me get her unmuted. Hold on.
One time,
Michelle, you're on.
I'm back. Not sure what happened, but this is the kind of stuff that happens with technology, and it's okay. We just fall flat and pick ourselves back up again. So what I was touching on as far as sideline, downline, that's how it is here. The previous company I was with, everything was competitive. People didn't help each other. Here we don't do Zooms. I love that you mentioned that. We don't do in-house parties. We don't even have to go live. We don't even have to go do reels. It took me 4 years to do that. But one thing we do have is we lean on each other for questions, three-way chats, just all the fun stuff. And, like we have in our three-way chats, uplines, downlines, sidelines, everyone here is like family. So I love that you touched on that. And we have so much community. So I love that, Trinda. I'm very, very proud of you. And, yes, those happy tears and overwhelm her first day of her event was because she was so excited that she was there. And it was really cool to be able to experience that. So we are going to wrap this up, but there are a few things that we need to talk about, which are really, really, really exciting and what is coming. First and foremost, going back to that fall social market conference that we are having, SRC, when Trinda mentioned Summit, every year we have one of these. So the one that we're going to, September 20th, the 21st and 22nd, there's 2 in the United States of America, which is Orlando and Vegas, ooh la la. And then we have Calgary in Canada, and we also have Toronto. So that is a huge event for us. It's so much fun. Everyone gets together. I can't even explain to you the energy that is in the room. And it's not 5 people. It's not 10 people. It's hundreds and sometimes thousands of people in all 4 different locations. And then the next thing that's going on right now, which is really cool and a great reason why to get started, is for this month, the first 5 to hit bronze for the very first time, you get $100. What is bronze? It's 5 customers with 500 points. So all of our products are points. So when you hit 500, when they accumulate, and you have on average 5 customers, you're automatically the first 5 to do it getting $100. The first 10 to hit silver, don't get confused, silver is 1,000 points, okay? They are going to get $100. So if you hit bronze, silver, or gold for the first time, not only do you get that bonus, you also get a raffle to win a Michael Kors or Lululemon bag. So it's a very exciting time right now. So for the person who invited you to this call, make sure you get back with them and say, hey, listen, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I wasn't interested, 10 being I'm nervous, but I can do nervous things, show me the freaking way. I love money. Let's make an impact. Let's have fun together. Let's help a lot of people. Let them know that you're at a 10 and that you're ready to freaking go, because there is no better time than right now. And if you're on this call and you're a part of social retail, it's time to get pumped up and fired up, because there is so much amazingness coming. And if you're freaking competitive, get out there, earn that $100, earn the other $100, and then have the opportunity to win a brand new bag to hold high on your shoulder for all of your hard work and all of your efforts. And if you don't win, your hard work and your efforts will pay off no matter what. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It has been such a fun hour. I hope you have the most fantastic Saturday, and it was such an honor for you to dedicate time out of your very, very busy life to be a part of this. So go social retail, go Modere, and see you guys next time.